Well, hey there, folks. Mike here again on the morning of day 5 in Pukaskwa National Park. Was attempting the coastal trail, and unfortunately we are calling it for a number of reasons. So my Achilles, of course, is still giving me some grief. I can put some weight on it, and then sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can I can step down without any problem, but then the act of lifting the foot is causing me pain. So it's not really reliable right now, and to kind of continue on is kind of obviously questionable at best. Finally was able to make contact with parks, or actually the park office and the duty officer, and we were not able to get a hold of North Shore Adventures, which is the only company that the parks basically allows for pickup or drop off. And despite calling the two owners, there's been no answer. So under the circumstances, the park office is going to arrange a boat for pickup tomorrow morning. So it's going to be here at Morrison Harbor. Luckily, it's all beach, so hopefully they won't have too much of a problem. There's quite a few submerged rocks, but I'm sure they will either flag us down or we'll flag them down, and they'll come in. Not really sure how they're going to be coming in, but hopefully they'll be able to find a nice place to come in so that we don't have to wade out into the water. But I thought I would take you on a little bit of a beach tour. Cell phone reception, very spotty, although we've been able to get a few phone calls and a few text messages and some data in and out. I just had maybe a 10-minute phone call with my wife to just kind of follow up on what's been going on. And I went to contact my niece, and all of a sudden I had no signal, no service, no nothing. So very, very spotty. Sometimes you have data, sometimes you only have cell service. So yeah, it's been unreliable. I have to do some more testing with my Garmin as well, because Tanya's messaging seems to be going through a lot better than mine. She's got the Mini 2. I have just the Mini, so it's an older model. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. I did a bunch of updates before we left. Firmware update, I think it was, as well as some app updates on my phone. So not really sure what's going on there. We'll have to do some testing and maybe reach out to Garmin support after I get home. It is a really, really beautiful park. Very challenging. Just even what I'm looking at here, like this is an island here, this big mass. Obviously that's a little island there. Nothing but rock and a few trees. We think, I can show you this. So the rain last night washed away some of the tracks, but we think that there was a moose and maybe a calf that was going through, which would have been really cool to see, but nothing yet. Did see a few grouse or pheasants. One that was like gray, blue, one that was like all black but had like a little bit of red here. Very, very pretty. A couple garter snakes. Lots of songbirds, none that we've been able to see, but we've definitely been hearing it in the trees. And of course, no bears. We did see a large pile of scat, although we weren't entirely sure what it may have been, but it looked old as well. So if it was a bear, it was passing through some time ago. Anyways, I can hear my phone going off yet again, so I'm gonna take advantage of that and check in a little bit later. Okay, so really quick showing of Morrison Harbor number 2. Peace out. So got enough room for a couple tents here. Where you see my towel hanging, there's another spot there, but there's a hanging branch, so that was definitely not safe. And James has his tent set up here, and pathway to bear box and latrine, as well as another campsite, which is going to be Morrison Harbor number 1. Some of the bear boxes were a little close to the campsite itself. This one seems to be a pretty decent distance away. So just to kind of show you what I'm looking at here. So there's the latrine, and basically they're all the same. So they just basically created a small little shelter around a hole in the ground. And that's your typical bear box. at least in this park. I've not seen anything like it before. Bruce National Park uses bear hangs as opposed to bear boxes. So double doors. And just to kind of show you what that looks like inside. So kind of hard to see inside, but basically just a big metal box. The one at our first site also had a bear canister in it for pests. Let's see what we got. So bear hang. I think this is a little confusing. So there's a little bit of a trail here. So you could probably, set up one tent here. And you got a little bit of a path down to the beach. And you can see another setup. So this is Morrison Harbor 1. Nice seating arrangement. And another pathway to the beach. And quite a bit of room actually for a few tents. So like tent here, maybe one there, small one-person tent here and around here as well. And you got another space here. So this is quite roomy. And I saw a post here, not sure. There's a couple of posts. We have one like this at our site as well, but there was nothing on it. And that just says that it's a campsite. But this is quite nice and roomy. And main trail. And actually you can see the bear box between the trees. Really beautiful day out today, just quite cold. Especially the wind off the lake. Every once in a while it really picks up, and just picking up some firewood. It's too wet. Yeah, it's really wet. You can see the smoke from our campsite. So when you do the coastal trail, they will give you a deregistration form, and on that form they ask you to list anything of a maintenance nature and any wildlife sightings. So as you can see, this is the main trail here, but we have a downed tree. You can actually see the break right there. So this would be something that we would try and mark GPS coordinates for and report back. So what we had to do was, like, I'm not going to say it's impossible to get through there, but this is a little less intimidating. Going through the trees here a little bit. Be a little cautious with my coat because the outer shell is a little delicate. And there's the gang. Now we might have another spot up ahead, but we'll see. Don't recall offhand how many sites there were for Morrison Harbor. And I definitely don't want to go too far here. But like what you see here terrain-wise is by far the easiest that we've encountered. I tried to take some photos and a little bit of video of some of the terrain that we've encountered. So a lot of like rock face trekking, following cairns, a lot of like old shore with like really big rocks that you had to kind of traverse across. And it doesn't look like another site. We can check the map. Got the water right next to us here, but so far nothing. Looks like a lot of maintenance at one point. Might be just too boggy here for another site. And we still have seen like a lot of these old bridges or walkways that have helped navigate across some watery spots. Some of them are in need of repair or replacement. And I'll have to check the map to see if there's anything else, but the shore still around here. It's actually a pretty long beach. I'd be kind of surprised that there's only 2 here, but again, it's more a matter of what's accessible. A lot of birds today. And actually, another great example of what you might be facing on this trail. So obviously you had some kind of a gangplank here, bit of a water crossing. Definitely not viable as a water source. Might as well just go to the lake. Nice and sturdy though, this one. That's kind of cute. So I think that's as far as I'm going to go for now, folks. Not a lot going on right now. We're just going to enjoy our day and our evening. We'll wake up early, make sure that we can tear down camp and have breakfast, and be ready with our packs at the beach for 9:30 for when they come get us. Maybe do a little exploring in front country. There's a couple of trails off the visitor center, at least 1 or 2 if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that's it for now.